Let me guess, you've tried the protein shakes, you've tried all the hacks you see online of just eat 2,000 calories at 10 p.m., just try this 3,000 calorie protein shakes that will guarantee you muscle, but nothing you're doing is actually sticking and everything just seems to not be working. If you don't know me, my name's Lucas, and I was stuck in that exact same situation, 140 pounds, dead skinny, getting absolutely nowhere, seeing all these people on the internet making it seem so easy, making it just seem like a breeze, getting here in no time and put almost seeming like they're putting zero effort into it, but just getting right there with no no actual struggle, no actual problems when I'm over here just doing everything I think is possible, everything I think I'm able to do. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about this exactly, the exact step-by-step process in the game blueprint that will make sure that you pack on muscle. This helped me get 40 pounds of muscle in no time and see the most progress that I've ever seen. Now, here's some of the main problems that I see everyone making and that I can assure you I 100% made. Now, the first one is eating inconsistently. I struggled with this for so long. It was very hard to get out of this problem, but basically what this is for the first, like, let's say 3 days of the week, you eat perfect, you eat great, and then those next 3 days you are barely eating, you're not eating good, and you're not getting your protein in or calories in at all. Those next 3 days after the first 3 days are completely holding you back and just evening out the progress you could have been making. Now, this really holds a lot of people back because one huge thing with training is consistency. And if you're not consistent, even with your diet, you're not going to see any actual progress. Now, that leads me to my next thing is overtraining or undertraining. I also struggled with this so much. The first year I was in the gym, I was completely overtraining. I was doing 10 different exercises, 5 sets of everything, drop sets, supersets. I was doing it all. I was in the gym for 3 or 4 hours, like 6 days a week, which is definitely why I saw barely any progress. And I just felt tired all the time, exhausted, and my muscles would just constantly hurt. Now, this led me to find a very good balance of what works for me because it's going to be different for everyone, but the majority of people at first struggle with overtraining or undertraining, and I can tell you that I really did struggle with this a lot. And this very much held me back. But the next mistake that I see a lot of people making is not having any systems in play. They're just basically, how can I say this? They're trying to build a house without any type of blueprint. And what I mean by that is you need to know exactly what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be doing it every single day. You can't just go into the day wondering, oh, maybe I'm going to do this, maybe I'm going to do that, maybe I'll eat this. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You have to have systems that you follow and that you follow consistently every single day. Now, that really held me back from so much progress because I would just go into each day eating whatever was around me. I had no actual routine towards diet or training. I would go in the gym, just lift weight, move around some machines, not do any actual workouts or any I didn't have any real systems that were taking me anywhere. It was just completely random and every day was a new day. I had zero clue what I was doing. But another thing that held my mindset back, especially, was relying on internet fads. And I feel like a lot of people do this. They see all these things on the internet, all these guys saying, try this 3,000 calorie shake every single day, and it will guarantee you build muscle. Try this special protein bar. Try this insane arm workout. There's no way your arms won't grow 20 inches. All that stuff, I just completely stopped listening to. None of it is 99% of it is not real and 99% of it will not work for you and don't work for most people. It's specific to them or they're just making it up for whatever reason. Now, I took all of these main problems that I struggled with and I built a game blueprint around it to make sure that I built muscle and it helped me so much. I saw an insane amount of progress in such a short amount of time compared to the progress I was making before, which was barely any in years. Now, the G in the game blueprint stands for goal setting because you have to have some sort of goals. You have to have some sort of direction towards where you're going so you can actually adjust your routines, adjust your habits towards your goals. So you have something to be working for every single day. If you're not doing that, you're just pointlessly working, pointlessly showing up, like I said, having no systems and that is going to hold you back so much. You should have a weight goal, a strength goal, and a daily calorie, daily protein goals. You should have so many goals because you should know exactly what you should be achieving every single day towards that end goal. You should have a goal for a week from now, a goal for months from now, a goal from years from now. You should even have daily goals, small daily goals that you'll hold yourself accountable to every single day to make sure you're working towards the person that you want to become. Now, just a couple years ago, I had zero goals, which is why I was showing up to the gym pointlessly. I had no clue what I was working towards. I had no clue how much to be eating, how much protein to be getting in, what weight I wanted to be, what I wanted to look like. I had zero goals to who I wanted to become, and that's why I was not becoming that person. So make sure you're setting daily goals as well as short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals so you actually have something you're working towards. You actually have a true direction, and don't just make small goals that you can easily achieve. Make something that you truly want, something you truly have to work for, and that you will truly do everything you can every single day to chase and achieve. Now, the A in the GAIN blueprint stands for appetite strategy, and this is very important because your diet is one of the biggest things. Yes, in the gym, you're breaking down that muscle, you're breaking down that muscle fiber, but what is actually building that muscle back? How you fuel your body, what you eat every single day, and staying consistent with it. Now, your appetite is very, very important. It is what literally ties everything together. Now, there are a few things I've always done to strategize with my appetite, strategize with my diet to make sure I'm on the right track every single day. Now, the first thing was meal prepping. I always meal prep. And before I actually started meal prepping, I thought this like took so much time and wasn't actually time saving at all in the end because I thought you would spend so much time meal prepping that the cost of time throughout each day like added up to that one single meal prep day. But now that I actually know how to meal prep, I spend one single day for 20 to 30 minutes in that one day meal prepping, and I don't even need to cook for the rest of the week. It is the best time saver ever. And it makes it so easy because you have everything in front of you. You already have everything ready to eat. And it just makes it so there's zero reason to be missing out on any single meal. Now that leads me to my next thing for appetite strategy is making sure you're eating calorie dense foods. You don't need to live every single day trying to shovel chicken and rice in 6 times a day. I stick to very calorie dense, easy to eat foods like whole eggs, red meat, pasta, oats, nut butters, whole milk, things like that. Things that are very calorie dense and pack a punch per bite, and I stick to that for every single meal. And it makes it so eating in a calorie surplus is so easy for me. It makes it that I actually have to stop myself from eating more some days because it's so easy to eat in a calorie surplus once you find your way around it and once you actually learn how to do it the right way. Now, being in a calorie surplus at first is definitely not easy, especially when you're switching from eating whatever in the world you wanted to eat at the time to actually trying to eat more calories than your body burns. It's definitely not easy, but sticking to these calorie dense foods, sticking to meal prepping will make it so much easier for you. Now, another thing that I very much recommend you do not do and do not try is eating all of your food at the end of the day. It just leaves you in this horrible cycle of waking up completely full and bloated, not hungry, not able to eat until like 2 or 3 p.m. And then you'll get all of your food in at the end of the day again and just repeat the entire cycle. And I stayed in this cycle for so long. And let me tell you, it just leaves you feeling completely bloated and gross. And a lot of days I wouldn't even be able to get all my food in because I'd be trying to shovel in 2,000 calories at 10 or 11 p.m. every single day. And it was basically just setting me up for failure. I would end most days in a calorie deficit just because I wasn't actually spacing out these meals. So please do not do that. Space out your meals, 3, maybe even 4 meals, big meals every single day. There's no reason to just eat one gigantic dinner and just wake up feeling horrible. So please do not do that. Now, the I in the GAIN blueprint stands for intelligent training. This is very, very important because you actually have to have some sort of smart strategy behind the training that you're doing. You can't just be going in the gym, pointlessly lifting weights, pointlessly putting on whatever feels good at the time. You should have a actual intelligent strategy behind the way you train. Now, I didn't do this for a very long time. I Started off in the gym, not hitting legs for the first 6 months to a year, as most people probably did. And I just spammed chest because that's all I cared about. That's all I wanted to grow. And that obviously didn't at all work for me. I found myself doing chest 3 times a week, doing 10 exercises every single time, 5 sets of each with supersets and drop sets, like I was saying earlier. And it was getting me nowhere. I made zero chest gains. I was completely overtraining. I had no actual training systems in play, and I was going nowhere with it. I was showing up every day, just doing whatever I felt like, whatever was open and what wasn't taken. Now, once I actually found out about workout splits and all these different kinds, I quickly realized I need to make a workout split for myself. So what I did was I took the most simple one, I took the easiest to understand one, push pull legs, and I did that every single week, and I've always done that ever since. You don't need to, it doesn't need to be hard. You can keep it basic, you can keep it simple. And to be honest, that is my favorite split. That has worked so well for me, and I'm sure will work so well for you. Another thing is you shouldn't be just guessing what weight you should be doing. You shouldn't just be hopping on a machine and doing whatever what random weight just feels comfortable. You should be doing a good weight that you can almost hit for 12 reps or hit for exactly 12 reps and do 3 to 4 sets of that depending on the exercise, depending on how much you like it or how good it feels, or even depending on what other exercises you are doing in that muscle group. It should not be at all completely random. It should have a strategy behind it. Now, for example, like for me, for let's say bench press, I will be aiming for 8 to 10 reps, and I want to be failing in that range. I don't want to be reaching that range with more in the tank. I want to be failing in that range. And if I don't fail in that range, I know that's exactly my sign to up the weight so I can then fail in that range. Or let's say for bicep curls, smaller muscle, I would probably be doing 3 sets and I would be going for 10 to 12 reps. And I want to be failing in those 10 to 12 reps. I don't want to be reaching that 12th rep, able to do 3 more, but stopping because I told myself, oh, I just need to reach that 12th rep. No, I should be failing in that 12th rep. That again would be my sign to up the weight, to be failing in that 10 to 12 rep range. Now, another thing is you shouldn't just be doing machines. I only did machines the first like year I was working out because I didn't know much about dumbbells. I had no clue what exercises to do, but dumbbells are very good for all types of muscles. So don't just stick to machines. I still do many different machines, but strategize with some dumbbells as well. Throw some isolated exercises, some cable, machine, and dumbbell in there. Do it all. You don't need to just stick to one specific thing. Doing only the machine is not going to take you as far as doing some dumbbell, doing some machine, and doing some cable. So make sure you're training with an actual strategy, training with an actual purpose, pushing yourself to failure, and having a workout split that's super simple, like push pull legs or even upper lower. Now, the N in the game blueprint stands for non negotiables. You have to have non negotiables. These are things that you will 100% hold yourself accountable to, 100% complete, no matter what. It's non negotiable. These should be things like daily habits, daily routines that you will hold yourself accountable to completing every single day. Now, just a couple years ago, I didn't have any type of non negotiables at all. I was waking up, pointlessly doing whatever I wanted to, and had no type of routine, no type of habit. Now, having no type of non negotiables in play was completely holding me back, obviously. I was just showing up whenever I wanted to, which was not at all most of the time. I would get up out of bed, just roll over, watch TikTok for hours, and only train when I felt like it, only train when I had that slight burst of motivation that was telling me to go, which was only like 3 times a week. And I was getting nowhere with it. I had nothing that I was holding myself accountable to completing every single day, which was the main problem. Now, to this day, I have built so many non-negotiables that I hold myself accountable to every single day, and they really truly are how I succeed every single day, every single week. A couple non-negotiables that I have are I wake up early every single morning, I read the Bible, and then directly after that, I go to the gym and I get my protein in directly after. I do this every single day. It's automatic. I hold myself accountable to it, and it's a non-negotiable. I don't even question it. I just do it every single day without a second thought. Now, having non-negotiables just makes you feel so much better about yourself. It gives you so much structure towards your days and an actual strategy towards the goals and self that you want to become and towards the person you want to be. Now, write down some daily and weekly non negotiables that you're going to hold yourself accountable to, doing every single day, every single week on repeat, and stay consistent with it. You're not going to break them, and it's just going to become automatic, become a routine, and become a habit. And you're going to constantly do it consistently, and it will build you so much. It will make you feel so much better, feel so much more structured, and just leave less time to think about what should I be doing, how should I be doing it. It just takes away that part and makes it so much easier. Now, just for a quick recap, the G meaning setting goals, setting clear weight gain and strength goals every single day, every single week for yourself that you will hold yourself accountable to and make sure that you work towards achieving. A, standing for appetite strategy, using calorie dense foods and time efficient meals to make sure you're hitting your macros and calories and protein every single day consistently. I, standing for intelligent training, progressively overloading, having good form, good exercises, an actual structured workout split that you will stay with and stick with consistently. And N, sticking to your non negotiables, creating things that you will hold yourself accountable to, stay consistent with, and practice every single day until they just become automatic and become a regular routine, regular habit. Now, if you're ready to apply the game blueprint to yourself in all aspects of your own life, you can subscribe for more fitness tips or follow me on Instagram at Lucas Ludwig 13. I have so much value on there that I'm sure will help you out so much. And if you have any questions at all, you can DM me anything. And if you're looking for a personalized fitness and nutrition plan, you can book a free call with me that is linked in my bio. Thank you so much for watching.